Hi, I'm Fay Feeney, CEO of Risk for Good and a board member at the Southern California National Association of Corporate Directors. I'm here today to talk about a great program that I've sat through for the last 2 days at the USC Marshall School on Corporate Governance. And I'm here today with Bob Zukis. Bob,
Faye.
You want to talk a little bit about your background and what you've been doing?
Thanks, Faye. I'm a IT strategy partner with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and we've been here all week talking about developments and advancements in governance and changes in the boardroom. My background has been around technology, particularly IT strategy, and IT governance and how that's changing governance and changing organizations as they move forward.
Well, I mean, there couldn't be a more timely or relevant background for the boardroom. Tell me what you've seen after spending a couple of days about what is the happenings here in corporate governance, particularly as it relates to technology.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic, probably one of the most talked about topics of the event, and specifically social technology, the way social technology is changing behaviors, changing the way companies get things done, as well as changing how the board governs. I think, even today we just saw Occupy the board as a kind of companion movement with Occupy Wall Street, and that's being enabled by social technology. So it's pressuring the top as well as it's putting pressure from the bottom up as well.
Well, and they're all great opportunities to listen in and make sure that transparency is just part of your boardroom activities. Want to talk a little bit about how you see that movement of transparency coming forward in the boardrooms for the time that you've been watching the boardroom.
Yeah, well, I think it's coming whether boards want it to or not, and that's the impact that social technology will have on the organization around accountability in particularly. I like to say social technology liberates the truth. It liberates and it amplifies the perceived truth. So, boards have a challenge in that they don't really have the technical skills and competencies to know what the right questions are to ask. And this technology is moving so quickly and so unpredictably that there are a lot of things coming at them that are very unexpected.
Bob, one of the things that I think is so fascinating about the boardroom is just how big a help they can be to the CEO. And we'll call this CEO the social CEO in managing the social business transformation. Could you give us your best advice for the boardroom on how they can help the CEO in this social CEO transition?
Yeah, and I think it's a two-edged sword. I think social technology will disrupt organizations whether they want it to or not, and I think the firms that are going to embrace social technology and leverage it will have very solid governance practices, IT governance practices, and I think the recommendation for them to get there is to add an IT subcommittee to the board. I'm a strong advocate for specialty knowledge on boards. An interesting statistic, only about 5% of companies have an IT subcommittee right now. And I think this trend is so pervasive and its potential impact from a risk and an opportunity perspective is so enormous that we're going to see that trend dramatically increase.
Wow. Well, I know it's exciting times. I want to finish with a question, Bob, about using your experience in speaking with both the management side and the boardroom. What is the one thing that you think that they would be able to do on this starting question of managing the social business environment?
Yeah, I think they've got to embrace it. I have seen companies ignore it and lock down social technologies out of their organizations as one way of controlling it. But the challenge is social technology exists and impacts your organization regardless of whether you've done anything with it internally or not. So I like to say every company is a social technology company. A lot of them just haven't realized it yet. So they've got to get behind this issue because the speed and the velocity of it is only going to increase. So they can't ignore it, and they have to be very active at managing it.
Well, as we say on social media, or certainly on Twitter, I'm following you. and looking forward to seeing the conversation continue. Thank you so much, Bob.
Same here. Thank you, Fay.